it's a major shot in the arm for the much-awaited initial public offering of the Bombay Stock Exchange. The board has approved the draft red herring prospectus for its 1,000 crore rupee IPO. The draft papers are expected to be filed with market regulator SEBI over the next few days. And joining in to talk about this is Rajnikant Patel, former MD and CEO of the BSE. Hi, Mr. Patel. Good evening. Thanks for joining in. So it's a long-awaited event. What will a listing really mean for the BSE?
First of all, I think it would be end to an endless wait. It's been since 2004 when the process started, and then now in 2016 when the corporation and demutualization actually happened in 2007. So I think it's been a long watch. And for them, all the stakeholders, including the brokers, the public investors, and public sectors, and strategic investors, it would be a long-term wish getting fulfilled. And of course, I would say it would also be a very, from the BSE's perspective, from a historical, it would be an historical day. That's as far as the emotional part is concerned. From the practical aspect, I think it would be it's been almost 8-9 years since the demutualization happened, and it would be a good exit for the investors to have a relook. Also, it would be also an entry opening for the other investors who had been waiting for an formal gateway into the ownership of BSE, and that would also give them an opportunity to come in. I think for both parties, it's going to be a very important event.
So can you give us some sense of, what sort of valuation the exchange might be expecting or might be hoping for? We're given to understand that a lot of the existing investors would be perhaps looking to book out. Do you expect them to look at and hopefully secure a profitable exit?
I would say, yeah, the valuation, which was actually after the initial valuation, which was there in 2007, then there has been split and bonuses and everything. So subject to all that, the range which the market probably everybody is hearing, of course, nobody, can't give a committed answer to that. But this definitely few of the brokers who are now going for an offer for sale, which would be a part 2, because part 1 happened during the demutualization process. So they would be making an exit, which actually would be beneficial, because you see, if you see the original valuation when in OFS first, nearly 5 crore plus was the valuation which each of the broker shareholders got. And if you add to it the current membership, which was that time valued at 1 crore, and the clearing corporation membership, which is almost at par. So I would say it was almost like a 7 crore plus range. So most of the people have offered that time 50%. So I think the real valuation in terms of profit booking had happened. And now whatever the second part they are going in for listing, that would definitely give them a surplus and would actually make their investment and waiting for 9 years good return to the original holders.
All right, Mr. Patel, we'll leave it on that note. Thanks so much for joining in and sharing your thoughts on the much-anticipated BSE IPO.